All right, and a good Thursday to you. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to make a character of George Clooney. We start with our base character. We make it a neutral base. And then I'm, of course, going to get rid of the bra. Always get rid of that after I make it neutral. If you don't, YouTube will flag you for that. So just be careful if you ever do that. And we're going to be using headshot, and we're going to be using some packets that I have. And if you don't have those packets, that's fine, and you don't have to make George Clooney. This is just what I'm doing today, but this will give you the basis to make a character out of your bases quickly and easily. This is only about 22 minutes. There's my picture. I'm going to drop that into my headshot. And I'm going to go with a clean, soft with this base. Give that a minute to load up. And there he is. And we'll go into his face. As you can see, his eyebrows came out well. His mustache came out well. His beard is a little light, so we're gonna thicken that up here in a minute. But for now, we're going to go to the head, full head, and I'm going to go down to my packet. That's the adventure pack. You can use whatever you want that you have. I'm going to go down here to the adventure pack, and I think I'm going to use Manny's head. We're going to bring that up, and then we want it to have a little bigger eyes, so I'm going to go to, not Jill, let's go back down here to Nina's head. Yeah, and we'll bring that up to where the eyes are a little bigger. Almost all the way there, but maybe back down. Let's use this one. We'll bring this one up. Yeah, I like that one better. Okay, so now we have George Clooney, but he's got kind of a cartoonish face. We're going to morph his ears. Make them a little wider, maybe make them a little bit bigger. And as always, this is all personal preference, however you want to make your character look. Using the headshot gives you a really good familiarity with the face, that even if you change it, it still has that look of whoever you used it on. So you can have a cartoony face, but as you can tell, it's got the smile lines and the look of George Clooney. Even though you've changed the nose, the ears, all that, you still kind of have his look. So we're going to fix that eye blink, go into correct eye blink, and that's good. I always go down here and go maximum eyelid fill, and that helps when you close your eyes for them not to look too weird. All right, now we're going to go in here and we want to thicken up his beard. So I'm going to go down here. If you've got the beard and brow packet, that's what I use. If you don't have it, it's a great packet to get. You can tell his beard is a little heavier than it came out in the head shot when we changed it over, because of course we spread his chin out. That pulls it down. His mustache is fine. So I'm going to pull his picture in here behind it so we can kind of use it as a reference. You just right click, pull it in, and then I usually put it in as a plane. That way I can adjust it, and then I go into my settings over here and go into self-illumination and make it a little brighter, and then bring it up to where I can see it a little bit better. And that gives us something to kind of look at while we're working on it. We're going to go in and, like I said, the mustache is in pretty good shape. We just need to cover this area. So I'm going to go in here to this goatee. You could do this one, but I think it might be a little heavy. Yeah, it's too heavy. So we'll get rid of that one. And we'll go to this one. And there it is. Now we'll go up to strength and pull that slider down, and that's going to change it to white. And it's still a little light, so we want to go in and do it again and then add. And that's going to give us more hair there. So then we'll bring that down to white. All right, that looks pretty good. Now we'll find him some hair, like this one right here. And we'll drop that in, and then we'll go do the same thing with it. Go to the strength, pull it down, and turn it white, kind of gray, and just get your color wherever you want it at. He does have these bangs that are kind of swooped over there a little bit. I think I've got some. I think it's actually in another packet. We'll go back over here, and we'll go down here to hair builder, and there's a female bang in here that I think will work pretty good for that. There it is. And so we'll just click on that. And now he looks like he's got a comb over, which would be a good look for him if you wanted to do that. And then just start adjusting it. Make it a little smaller. We'll pull it up. Now it looks pretty like it's in pretty good place there, but I'll show you in a minute when we turn him to the side. It's probably way forward, so we'll adjust it back to his head when we turn him. But right now we'll just get it centered. We'll bring it down and make it white too. Kind of match up the other hair as much as you can. Then we'll go in and we'll rotate him around, and you can see there that it's not even touching his head. So let's bring this in where it's attached to his other hair. There we go. All right, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Because it's a caricature, it doesn't have to be exactly like him. You're getting the gist of what you need to do to make it look somewhat like him, but still be a fun cartoony type character. I'm going to pull that nose down just a little and fix this neck just a little bit here. All right, and I think he's looking pretty good so far. We're gonna give him a different body here in a few minutes, but we'll do a little tweaking here and there here. All right, we'll go in here and we'll go into full body, and then whatever you want to do. You want to make him a muscle man, you want to make him extra thin, you want to give him a cartoon type body if you have a packet for that. We can make him heavy. You can make him really heavy. That's what he's going to look like when he's a little older and he's had a few too many. Get a beer belly on him. We can make him be really muscular. I think I'm going to go down back to the adventure packet, and you could do that with him. That really messes up his face. All right, let's go down here, and I think I'll go to Manny. Just pull him up, and I may bake that and do it again. Pull that up just a little more. There we go. Not too much. Okay, and then I want to adjust his hands. They look a little bit large for what I want, so I want to morph those down a little bit, not that much. There we go. And then make his arms a little smaller and maybe pull them back a little bit. And then we'll go into his feet and make them a little smaller. There we go. Just make your adjustments accordingly, however you want him to look. Again, all personal preference. His eyes are setting up in his head, so I kind of want to roll those down, but I want to check his facial features first. A lot of times when you change their head size, you get these strange things going on when you do their facial features. So you want to make sure that the teeth or the gums aren't coming through or something's not right. It's better to go ahead and correct it now. See right there on the corners of his mouth. I can go in and I can morph that, kind of pull it around a little bit and get rid of that while it's open, and that way we'll get that fixed. And then just keep checking, make sure that everything's right. See, when you make him angry, he's kind of his bottom lip comes up way too far, which you could still use him like that. You just wouldn't be able to push that look as much. When you do this sideways smile, you're getting the gums are coming through there, so we'll want to continue to fix that. We may end up going to the lips maybe, and maybe to the bottom lips, and try to work with those and pull them in or out. And that should, yeah, that helps when you bring it, the depth, change the depth on it. That looks better. Yeah, now we're not getting any of those weird artifacts that you get when you change the size of their head. Sometimes it can cause you problems there, and it's better to fix it now than to have it all done and then have to go back and try to fix those issues. So if you double check everything now, when you get done, you'll be ready to animate. So he's looking pretty good. I do think that we'll definitely want to fix his eyes, bring those eyes down to where they're not setting up, but I want to make sure that his mouth is good. Really like to do his teeth, but I want to open that mouth up big enough to where I can see the teeth. That way when you have him smile, you'll know where the teeth are going to be at. So I want to open it up more than that. So we'll go ahead and go to this one. I can pull that down, but we'll just go to this one, and that way I can see which teeth I need to bring down. I think I just need to bring the top ones down, and then I'm gonna go in and whiten his teeth, because he's a star and he can afford to have his teeth whitened. So we'll take care of all that. Always keep going in and checking my eyes, make sure they're closing all right, and checking the mouth. If you keep checking as you're doing this, you'll run into a lot less problems when you're done. There's his neck. I could bring it down, make it really thick, but I think I'll leave it about there. Bring it down a little bit. Make it a little shorter so he's not so long-necked. Of course, being a cartoon character, you could push it as much as you want to. I know some of you have been letting me know that you've followed along and made your own characters, and that's great. If you go through these tutorials and you do your own character, I'd love to see them. So drop me a message in Facebook Messenger or post it and tag me in it so I can see how yours came out. I'd love to see it. So I'm going to go into his upper teeth. I'm going to bring those down to where they show better when his mouth is open. And then I'm going to go into here and we're going to highlight his teeth. Gotta close that. And we'll just highlight both uppers and lowers, right click, adjust color, and we'll go in here and we'll just brighten them up nice and white. Not too much. Alright, his eyes. Still have to go back and work on those a little bit. But again, I'm going to check my face there. Double check the side view, make sure everything's looking good. His hair's looking good. The skull isn't protruding through the back or anything. So I'm going to go into his eyeballs. So go to eyes. Go to eyeball, and then we're going to go here to eyeball height. Take it back up. Yeah. That's left. I need right. Okay, both eyes there. There, we're going to pull them down. There we go. Now they're where I want them to be, and then I usually go ahead and bake that, just to make sure everything stays where it's supposed to be. Eyes are good. Everything's in good shape. We'll center him up a little bit here. Find him some clothes. Actually, there's a packet that they gave as part of the lip sync contest for 2021. If you're not entering that, do so. It's going to be a lot of fun. This shirt and the pants I'm going to use on him came from that packet. It was a free packet. You just download it. And the shirts that came with it and the pants are really good quality. I like the way they fit. We'll go ahead and drop him some gray pants in here. And, that looks pretty good. Like something he would wear. And then I'll go over here and we'll find him some shoes. I've got quite a few, but there's a pair of brown like loafers that I think would be good on him. Use those now. It's a different pair that I like better for him. There we go. Alright. We might want to darken those up a little bit. And we're going to give him some black socks, and I'm going to show you how to do that if you don't already know. Really simple little trick to give him whatever color socks you want to give him. So his skin isn't showing through. And we're going to darken those shoes up a little bit. Just go into your base color, right click and adjust, and then what we're going to do is highlight him. I'm going to go find his legs. Highlight the legs, go right click, go adjust color. We're going to pull that all the way down, and now he has black socks on. His legs are all black, but you don't see him because he's got pants on. So you never know. Alright, so here he is. He's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. And again, you could do this with any famous person. Just bring their headshot in and then find a head that you think would look good as a character and the body, and go from there. I'm going to send him here into iClone, and we'll do a little bit of facial, make sure his face is good. Once you send it in, I always go into the facial puppet and into the animation just to give him a little bit and check his face, make sure everything's working the way I want to before I close Character Creator out, because I can always send him back to Character Creator and fix anything that I might have missed. And that way I don't close Character Creator out and then have to open it back up. It's just simpler this way, so we'll go in and highlight some facial features and double check them. Pull that up to strong. There we go. Yeah, looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and give him some animation going here. Make sure that it's all working just right, and it looks good to me. All right, that is pretty much our character of George Clooney. I thank you for being with me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and love to see what you all do with yours. I will see you hopefully next week. Have a good weekend.